Welcome to the Mystro training session for how to start new and search existing quotes in the basic functions of the configurator. From the home screen, click on the quote icon in the center and it will bring you to the quotes section. From here, you can either start a new customer by clicking the new quote icon or utilize the many search fields to find a previously entered quote. Up to 15 quotes will be displayed per page. Once you have more than that, you can either use arrows towards the bottom of the page or start typing in one of the search fields until you find the quote that you are searching. First, let's start a new quote. Begin a new quote by selecting New Quote in the upper left-hand corner. Next, click on the Customer drop-down to select one of the previously entered customers. You should type a name in the quote name field, as this will allow you to more easily find this information in the future. Once the customer is selected and the quote name field has been filled, you can begin with some of the other options. Click the drop-down arrow under Item Selection Item, select Build Your Door, click the green Start button to launch the configurator. From here, there are two options, I know my model number and find my model number. Let's first click on I know my model number. We will go back to the Find My Model Number in a moment. After the selection, you will see that it opened another tab that gives you two options, Rough Quote and Exact Quote Order. Clicking on Rough Quote will open the configurator and you will be able to begin building your door. However, Basco will be unable to import your Mystro quote into our system if Rough Quote is selected. Clicking Exact Quote Order will open the configurator and you can begin building your door. If Exact Quote Order is selected, Basco will be able to import your Mystro quote into our system. Now before we go through the specifics of the door, let's go back and go through the Find My Model Number to build the same door. We are still on the same quote that we started earlier. To start once again, click the green Start button to launch the configurator. Select the Find My Model Number. This portion was designed to get to every Basco model number in 10 questions or less and do so in a logical manner. The idea was that it could be used either as a training tool or done with a customer to properly determine the door that best fits their needs. First question is tub or shower. Select shower. Then is the unit an inline unit, unit with a return or multiple returns, or a neo-angle unit? Click Inline. Next, swing, slider, shower screen, or bifold. The questions are ordered so that you have to answer as few of the questions as possible. For example, at this point, if you select shower screen, then it takes you to type fixed, swing door, door and panel, and which hardware option, Celesta or GLX. So we will click Fix, Celesta. And then the model is shown, 5 answers required. Similarly, in the case of the bifold, it immediately takes you to the only option available. Again, this was done so that only if one answer is required, there will be a question. Let's go back to building the CELN 935. Click on Swing Door. Next, the options of single swing, door and panel, French swing, or panel door panel are displayed. To build the CELN 935 that we built earlier, click on the swinging door and panel. For Rhoda, select the frameless option. Select the Celesta collection. And lastly, choose the headerless without header option. Here you can select custom door or standard size. Custom takes you to a CELN 935 option, and standard takes you to a CELA 935 or COPA 935 option. Select custom in CELN 935. Then press Continue. Next, it will ask you to select rough quote or exact quote order. Note that as you answer the questions, the right side of the screen displayed the selected values, and this is under the Summary option, which looks like an open book in the upper center part of the screen. For this example, click Exact Quote Order. Select the specific shower design, either no notch, right notch, or left notch. For this case, select right notch. Next, select if your door will be going all the way to the ceiling or not to the ceiling. Click No for this example. Next, select the panel configuration for the entry side. In this example, select the notch panel configuration. Press Continue. Now, Mystro asks you to select if your opening has out-of-square conditions. Click No for this example. The threshold width is 42 1/8. If fractions are required, either enter the information in fractional form with the whole number, a space, and then the fraction, such as 1/8, or you can enter in decimal form, such as 42.125. Either is acceptable. Notice how the area of the opening in which the question is being asked is highlighted. This will help in determining what is being asked. In some cases, there will be default answers already applied to certain questions. For most quoting purposes, these do not need to be changed. Enter the notch width of 22 1/4. Notch height of 16. Now it will ask you what your buttress face angle is. For this example, click on the selected default item 90. Choose the unit height 76, or you can select enter height, in which any value can be entered. Next, it asks you if you want the dimensions to be displayed on the image. Select Yes and press Continue. Next, click the Finish Chrome. Next, select Glass Type Clear. Now, select if you want AquaGlide XP. Yes. Now the thickness of 3/8 of an inch. Now select the hinge side, hinge left. Next, select the hinge style that you prefer. The default is a Celesta wall mount hinge, since a CELN was a model selected in headerless, but different styles are available to select from. You can also select how you would prefer the closing position of the door. Next, select if you want the door to swing both ways, default, or out only. Next, select if you want a small half-moon curb piece under your door. This is an aluminum strip that will match the finish selected for your shower door. The default panel securing method is clamps on the vertical and U-channel for the horizontal, but these can be changed if required. For the sake of this exercise, let's make the horizontal securing clamps. Next, select what style of clamps you would like. Basco engineers 3/16 of an inch gaps between glass panels. In the gap section, you are able to specify the gaps wanted. Select the door width, again much like the height selector, either select one of the pre-laid out options or custom. Select custom door width. You will see in the question text that the door width range is shown. You must stay within this range. Enter 29.5. The door in its entirety will now appear as enough information has been provided. Lastly, you can choose the handle options. You can change from the standard back-to-back pull to a towel bar combo, etc. Click on the Finish button in the upper left to complete the door entry. Now we see the door that we just built. The unit details can be shown by clicking on Line Details. The specifics of the door can be typed in the Label section in case you are quoting more than one door and/or options, such as Master Bath. This is especially helpful if you have multiple doors on one quote. You can edit the door by clicking Change Options, and you can copy the door with the Copy function. This function should only be used if you are quoting the same unit in multiple glass and/or finish options. Some of the other sections, such as Add Write-in Item, My Items, Comments tabs, and attaching photos, will be covered in other sessions. One final entry must be done prior to being ready to print the quote. Select the Header tab on the right directly under the Customer selection. A PO number must be entered. Click on the Print button in the upper left-hand corner. This will bring up another window with default options. From here you can preview, print, close, or email the quote. If you select the print, a PDF will be made. By selecting the Preview button, we can get a visual of the quote, the customer information, the door information with some of the details along with the prices shown. This is done per line item, and lastly, a summary at the end. To save the file, right-click and select the Save As command. To save the file to the desired location for printing, email, etc., and the quote is now complete.